Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to another class of TOEFL. Yeah. So, in this session, our first meeting. Okay, so this is our first meeting, and first of all, let me introduce myself. Okay, first I want to find my file here. Okay, and then I hope that everybody has received my invitation for the Google Meet. Yeah. So introduction. Okay. So I will give you a brief information about myself. Saya akan memberi penjelasan atau memperkenalkan diri. Basically, I'm an English lecturer. I've been teaching English for about almost 10 years now. More than 10 years. Sorry about that. More than 10 years. And then I would like to apologize first of all because there's some trouble with my computer. Yeah, so if there is a lagging of pictures, yeah, I hope you can mind the technical problem. Okay, so here let me introduce myself. Okay, getting to know each other. Of course, there's a saying in Indonesia that if we don't know each other, there's no love. Okay, kalau kita nggak kenal maka nggak sayang. That's what they always tell me about it. Okay, now my name, of course, is Mr. Danang Wiratnoko, or you can call me Mr. D. Yeah, that's why I put in my YouTube blog Mr. D. You can say Mr. Danang or Mr. D. Okay, so what is the meaning of a name? Yeah, so basically, we Japanese people have this tradition in their family, okay, or in your family too, that when some parents give a name to their son or daughter, there has to be a meaning towards that name. Ya, jadi setiap orang tua yang memberikan nama kepada anaknya, ya, baik itu laki-laki atau perempuan, itu pasti ada suatu arti atau makna di balik nama itu. Okay, so my name is Mr. Danang Wiratnoko. So Danang DA2. Have you forgotten or you still remember Dangdut Academy? Okay, so Danang DA2 Wiratnoko. Yeah, this is me. Yeah. Is it we have resemblance? No? Okay. I'm admiring this contestant during the Dangdut Academy, the second. Yeah, he has the same name with me. Okay, so the meaning of my name, the last name, is basically resemblance of my parents, yeah, or represent the member of my family. Okay, so we, it means from my my grandfather. Okay, and then Rat is for my mother, and then No is for my father. So basically, this name was given by my my grandfather. Yeah, my grandfather given me this name, and then since my birth, my parents was really adore a girl, but it eventually it come out to be a boy. So they don't prepare a name for a boy, and then that's why my grandfather give me this name, and then to make it more manly, so he put ko at the end, ya, pejatan tangguh. Okay, so this is one slogan that I really keep in my mind, yeah, keep in my mind. Okay, so a true man or a true guy is not that he who has so many women in his life, but he who has the ability to say no to many women only for the one women that he loves. Okay, really deep, yeah, really deep. Okay, and then of course I have married, and I have a very lovely daughter and a very lovely son. Yeah, and this is my small family. Okay, and my background teaching, of course, is I was graduated a bachelor degree of Faculty of Letter English Language from University of National Jakarta, and my second degree is my master degree of English Language from University Muhammadiyah Surakarta. And then more than 10 years I devoted myself in teaching English language, of course, yeah. So I've been teaching English more than 10 years. Sorry about that. I was saying that I've been teaching for 10 years, but it's more. Of course, my first workplace, yeah, is in this Oxford course, the US International System. Yeah, I started teaching at OCI, Kramat, Jakarta, Senen, in the year 2005. And at this working place, or at this foundation, they give me the duty to teach elementary school, and then primary school, and then junior high school, English senior high school, and then private company classes, and of course employee classes. So basically the private company classes is like a conversation, yeah. So for example, like public speaking, and then what you call it, public relation, yeah, and then business English, those kind of major. And then my second place is at this place, yeah. In the mid of 2007, I moved and started working at eWorld. Apparently, this sole company is the owner of the little brother from the OCI. So OCI is the big brother, and then this family apparently has the same idea with the little brother. So the little brother established another foundation, which is eWorld, and it's also the same, teaches English, yeah. And then the classes that they gave me is private classes, yeah. That includes like TOEFL, ELET, TOEIC, and night classes, yeah. So private classes are basically a conversation, mostly conversation that I handled. And then I moved to Clayton, yeah, in the middle of May 2014, and I work at ABA Prawira Marta, which is now has been devoured or changed because of certain administrative problem, yeah. Well, of course, if nobody, you know, don't want to fund the foundation, of course it will be, yeah, not working. So basically, and then I moved to Jatino Pandian Klaten, Trimulya, Kecamatan Clayton, yeah, where I'm staying at right now. Of course, if you like to come and visit me, you may, but my house is very small, yeah. But we have a very good place like Umbul. There's a lot of Umbul in Clayton, or is also in Pandian. And then the subject that I teach, yeah, that I'm a lecturer now is vocabulary. This is more specific, yeah, more specific or more into detailed. And then structure, pronunciation, writing, reading, and speaking. And then, of course, in the middle of June 2014, I accepted working at IAIN Surakarta for only the TOEFL preparation, yeah, because I meet with Pak Kunchoro. He's the one who guide me, or you know take me into IAIN Surakarta, yeah. And then after that, in the beginning of 2016, I started at working STAIS, now is known for ITBIS, as the lecturer of lab Bahasa Inggris. And STAIS, I taught business English, of course. And then on October 10, 2017, I was accepted in EF Solo. The classes that I teach are EF, Small Stars, High Flyer, Trailblazer, and Frontrunner. And then sometimes school and company visit. Okay, and then of course, yeah, I also accepted here in Polybes, yeah, and also Stekom. So this is one of the university that is still new in Solotigo, yeah, which is founded by Kutus Kutus. Okay, and also, yeah, not to mention our lovely campus, yeah, STA Stekom Surakarta. Okay, and I give a free talk, but since this is only a video, you can ask me anything during the WhatsApp. Yeah, you can WhatsApp me anytime you like. I will be available until midnight, but that's only related with English. Okay, I only answer that is related to English problem. Okay, and then okay, we have here basically, if we are not online class, I would like to ask, what is your name, where do you live, how old are you, do you enjoy learning English, what is difficult about learning English, why do you learn English, do you think English is useful. Okay, I hope that this type of question can be answered during the, what you call it, in the WhatsApp, yeah, WhatsApp group. Okay, and then what is your motivation in learning English? Yeah, so here I will explain a little bit about what is English, yeah, or what is TOEFL. So basically, TOEFL is a more complicated subject than the general English. Yeah. So I will talk now about I will talk about the general English first. Okay, what is English? So, and how do you usually learn English? Most people think that English is very hard, and apparently they think that English is I don't know, the pronunciation maybe, and then sometimes they say the vocabulary is too much, or sometimes they say the vocabulary is very hard to understand, and some others says the tenses is the one that is making them trouble. Yeah, for example, like present, past, future, perfect tenses, and then future perfect, and then we have passive. Yeah. So basically, yeah, those are the major thing that we need to understand. Okay, so basically, in TOEFL, I will explain about those stuff. Yeah, but first, I want you to know what is a general English is. Yeah, so general English means, so how do you usually learn English? So basically, there are four main thing that you can do in daily basis. Ya, jadi ada 4 hal yang bisa teman-teman mahasiswa di sini lakukan untuk belajar secara rutin ya, secara hari-hari seharian ya, atau daily basis ya. Jadi setiap hari. Bukan setiap hari kita harus belajar. No, I mean like every day you can memorize the English just only for like 10 minutes ya, or 5 minutes, or at the maximum is 20 minutes ya. Jadi kita harus mengingat-ingat bahasa Inggris itu atau sesuatu kayak vocabulary atau tenses itu kita paling membutuhkan just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or the maximum is 20 minutes ya. So here are the most important thing that you have to remember in daily basis ya. For example is we have ing, ring, and then wing. Okay, I hope you know what these are. Okay, the first of all is listening. Yeah, so of course in TOEFL, the main subject or the main reason thing about TOEFL is the listening part. And then, of course, as you know, when you are growing up from a baby to a toddler and then a kid, teenager, and then an adult, yeah, basically the basic learning system is from listening. So from toddler, from kids, you always listen to your mom and dad, you know, how they talk, and then how they use words, yeah. So basically listening is the most important thing. So here, if you want to learn quick in mastering English, or to get English more used to in your life, maybe you can start by listening to kind of music. Yeah, so music is first. Okay, so once you hear the intonation of people saying, yeah, from music, and then next is from a story, you know, like the YouTube, they have there's so many story or conversation that you can listen to. Okay, and then the next one is speaking. Yes, after you hear the word or after you hear a conversation, try to mime it or try to copy it. Yeah. By how? Well, of course, by speaking it. So first of all, like when you're singing, you get this kind of enjoyable feeling, and then once you remember the word, maybe next you want to, you know, follow it by singing it with the same tune, yeah, with the same song. Okay, and then we have speaking, and the last one is reading. Yes, of course, after speaking, and you really want to know how does this word write, yeah, or how this word looks like. Okay, so of course you look it up in the dictionary, and then by doing that you practice by reading it. Yeah, so of course there's like so many ads. Yeah, you can read it, and then by listening, speaking it, and then reading it, the both at the same time, reading and speaking it. Okay, and then the last one is, of course, this is the hardest. Yeah, is the writing. Yeah, most of my students say writing is the hardest, of course, because in English there are several vocabulary that has a silent word in each words. Yeah, sorry, a silent letters in each words. Jadi di Inggris itu banyak sekali yang mengeluh, ya, murid-murid saya itu di writing. Ya. They said that writing is very hard, atau writing sangat susah karena setiap kata di bahasa Inggris itu ada satu huruf yang silent, ya, satu huruf yang tidak dibunyikan. Ya, kalau bahasa Indonesia kan semua huruf vokal, ya, semua huruf itu pasti bunyi. Tapi kalau bahasa Inggris ada yang beberapa kata bahwa beberapa kata ya, tapi ada huruf yang tidak dibunyikan atau tidak dipronounce ya. Okay, for example, like island. Okay, island. So, how do you write island? ISLAND. Okay, that's island. But do you say island? No, you say island. Yeah, when writing, we say island, but when we're speaking, we say island. That's the silent S. Yeah. Okay, and then the next one is to study English. What will you learn at first? Okay, so first, of course, the letter sound. Yeah, for example, the alphabet. I know this is kind of like, do I have to like go back to the kindergarten? Yes, because basic is like a foundation. Ya, jadi dari kata basic itu, kalau kita udah basicnya udah hafal, ya udah pondasinya akan kuat. Gitu ya. So basically, of course, the letter that you have to memorize the pronunciation or the sound. Yeah, for example, A B C D E F G. So A, it doesn't say the sound is not A, it's ah. B, this is not the sound of B, but the sound of B. C is not the sound of C, but the sound is K. Yeah, A B C D is not the sound of D, but the sound of D. E is not E, but eh. So that's, of course, from there. Yeah. So the alphabet and the sound letter, you have to memorize it. Okay. You can practice this like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, the maximum for this basic one. Okay. Okay. Beside letters, what else do we need to learn? Okay, we have letters, and then we have pronunciation. Yeah, that one that I just give you an example. Yeah, A, B, B. That's pronunciation. And then we have vocabulary. Of course, vocabulary is so many words. Yeah, there are what is it? I forgot. My God, I have been memorizing, but I forgot now. Okay. So vocabulary is there's like only 200s, yeah, I think only 200s or something like that. Yeah, in English, and that include vocabularies include like noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjunction. Yeah, those are the vocabulary that you just really need to memorize. Yeah. Only those. Yeah. So if there's a dictionary offering you like 200 million words, then don't believe it. Yeah. Okay, and then next one we have grammar. Okay, so grammar is very important in English because this is the one that differentiate the meaning. Yeah, for example, like present tense, past tense, and then future tense, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect. Yeah, so this is the I think the foundation. Yeah, beside the letter and pronunciation, that's only for listening and speaking, but grammar, yeah, is also that we need. And then we have sentence, of course, by knowing the grammar, and then that also make us easy to make a sentence. Yeah. Okay, and then we have understanding the vocabulary. Okay, understanding the vocabulary is here. We have vocabulary is the study of word. There are about this one 750,000 words in English. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, vocabulary. So there are only about 750,000 words in English. And those 750,000 words in English are all divided into the 8 part of speech. Yeah, so vocabulary means recognize, means mengenal, and then to collect, mengumpul, ya, that's by reading it. To contain, menyimpan, ya, and then to trace or detect the words, yeah. Okay, then function word we have here noun, yeah. So the 8 part of speech. So we have the noun first, yeah? A word that we use for giving a name to a person, a place, thing, quality, idea, or action is called a noun. And then the second one is pronoun, yeah. So I make this more easy for you guys to remember. Try to remember what is the in English way, yeah. So I put noun and pronoun because they sound the same, yeah. Pronoun is a word that we use in a place of a noun or a substitute for a noun. It's called a pronoun, yeah. So pronouns is like he, she, it, they, we, yeah. And then we have adjective, yeah, a word that is used to add something to the meaning of a noun is called an adjective. A verb is a word that tells us what somebody or something does, what state somebody and something is in. Yeah, a verb means like a motion. Yeah, it's like movement. Yeah. So a verb means kata kerja. Okay, it's not static, but it's a motion thing. So it's the one that you move with muscle. Okay, and then we have the next one is adverb. Adverb is qualified or add to the meaning of a verb or an adjective. It is also qualified another adverb or a preposition. Okay, so adverb is qualifies or add to the meaning of a verb or an adjective. Okay, and then next one is we have preposition. A preposition is a word placed usually before a noun or a noun phrase to show its relation to some other word or words in a sentence. Okay, and then we have conjunction. Yeah, conjunction is a word that is used for joining words, phrases, clauses, and sentence. And then we have interjection is a word that we use to express some feeling or the mind is called interjection. Yeah, interjection is like, oh, wow, and what the? Yeah, so like, you know, exclamation mark, question mark, that's interjection in English, of course. Even an exclamation mark, yeah, an oh, it's a sentence, yeah. Even though it doesn't have like a complete structure like subject, verb, and object, but just the word oh or why is interjection. Yeah. Okay. And then we have content words. Okay, we have content words. Sorry. Let me check here. Okay, sorry. All right, let's go back. Let me open the Google Meet if there's somebody over here. Somebody already joining or not yet? I guess you guys are working, yeah? And it must be tired from the journey from work to home, yeah? So it's okay, so you can watch the video first, yeah, by introductioning it. Okay, and then we have here the contents word. Okay, wait a minute, there's azan. We will wait for the azan to finish first, okay? Okay. Now it's very lively in my region or in my place here. Okay, guys, let's get back. We have the content words. It's raining. My God, it's raining here. I hope you can still hear me. Okay, the contents of things and idea is called a noun. Yeah, and then the contents of an action is called a verb. And then lastly, the content of quality is called adjective or an adverb. Yeah. So in English, to make one sentence, yeah, this is what you need: noun, verb, adjective, or object. Yeah. Noun, verb, atau noun. That's also one sentence, yeah. Or just noun and verb is also a sentence. So for example here, the pen he gave me is expensive. So this is one sentence, yeah. So in TOEFL also, most question have the same structure as this, yeah. So in TOEFL, the most important thing that you must really pay attention towards is the content word itself. So whether the noun is singular, whether the noun is plural, so we have to see the verb, yeah, or the verb have to see the noun, whether it's the noun is singular or plural. Okay, and then we have he always solved the problem. Noun, adverb of frequency, verb, and an object. Also in English like this, she cried, yeah, atau the baby cried. That's also one sentence, yeah. Then we have vocabulary and verb uses in business English. Okay. Now here, how to speak like a manager, yeah. How to make, how to take general English and upgrade it to the business English. Okay, so basically this is just one of the thing that I want to show you about what is the business English, yeah, or public speaking is all about. Okay, and then how to make general English upgrade it into business English. Yeah, now we are focusing on the 8 verbs. You may question only 8 verbs and I can be a manager. Okay, and then we have here these 8 verbs can be used in all kinds of situation, professional or and social or personal situation. Okay, so the 8 verbs, here we go. So this is how to speak like a manager, yeah. So basically, you can see from the left is the general English, or the words or the expression that we use in everyday uses, yeah. But when you are in a situation where you are in an environment with a manager or upper grade, yeah, a higher grade than you have to use a kind of word. Yeah, for example, like if you're talking to an elderly, yeah, or when you're talking to old people, okay, or when you're talking to your docent, never uses aku, ya. Jadi banyak sekali apa murid-murid mahasiswa ya yang teman-teman dosen itu banyak mengeluhkan bahwa menggunakan kata yang baku itu sudah sangat jarang sekali. So basically here, speaking like a manager is the one that you are talking to a higher ranked person. Yeah. Okay, wait, there's an azan again. Please give a minute to finish the azan. Alhamdulillah. Okay, hello again. Sorry about that. Okay, let's continue. Azan is already finished. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So let me get back to you again on the general English, yeah. Sorry, the talk like a manager, and then we will discuss of the TOEFL. Okay. Okay, it's raining here, really hard. I hope there's no lightning strike. Okay, so in general English, I need to find out what's wrong. But when you're talking to a senior or an older person, yeah, you have to use identify the problem. Yeah, so I need to identify the problem. You don't say I need to find out, but I need to identify the problem. Now I need to fix the problem is to resolve the issue. And then number 3, I need to give people confidence, yeah, which is I need to motivate my employees. And then number 4, I need to give clients my attention. But you can say better by I need to focus on our clients, yeah. And then number 5, I need to spend as little as possible. Yeah, spending the money, yeah. But you can say I need to minimize, yeah, British or English, our expenses. And then number 6, I need to make as much money as possible. I need to maximize our earning. Yeah? And then number 7, I need to get more work. It means I need to generate more business. I need to use the new ideas. You can say I need to implement the strategy. Okay, so exercise different ways of using the 8 words of business English. Okay, so we can use those words differently, yeah. Identify the, so in business we have risk, that's starting a new business. Identify the right person for the job, or in everyday we use identify the reason why my daughter not doing well in school. Identify the ways we can save money. Yeah, so this verb, yeah, the what you call it, the more upper, or sometimes we don't really realize, but this word can also use in everyday life. Yeah, resolve. We need to resolve the situation. We need to resolve the disagreement between our children because they keep arguing. We need to resolve a crisis. We need to resolve the tension between these two neighbors. Yeah? And then motivate the staff, motivate the team, motivate the kids. Okay, motivate the spouse, means husband or wife. And then generate more sales, generate more revenue, generate more interest, and generate more enthusiasm. And then we have focus. Yeah, focus on priorities, focus on goals, focus on improving your studies, focus on your health. Yeah, then minimize the costs, minimize the noise, minimize the time waste, and then minimize the amount of money on coffee. Yes, everybody loves coffee, even me. I really love coffee. Every morning I have at least two cups. And then maximize the company needs to maximize the profit by the end of the year, maximize the efficiency, and then maximize the grade, maximize the investment. And then we have implement the changes, implement the policy, implement the safety rules, implement the suggestion. Okay, that's all for my introduction. Yeah. Next, let's get into the TOEFL part. Yes. So here, in your session of the first TOEFL, yeah, we have the listening comprehension. Okay, so basically later on, when everybody can join the class, hopefully, we still have here in this group, yeah, it's only 16 members. Well, when I see in the Siakat, it has more than 16. It's about like 35 or 37, yeah. So hopefully all the members of this class can join the next session, yeah. So listening comprehension, the first section of the TOEFL test is the listening comprehension section. This section consists of 50 questions. Some tests may be longer. You will listen to the recorded materials and respond to the question about the material. You must listen carefully because you will hear the recording program one time only, and the material of the recording is not written in your textbook. So yes, the next session we will try to practice and drill on your skill of listening comprehension, yeah. So number one, part A consists of the 30 short conversation which followed by a question. You must choose the best answer to each question from the 4 choices in your textbook. So number two, part B consists of the 2 long conversation, each followed by a number of questions. You must choose the best answer to each question from the 4 choices in your textbook. And number C, this consists of 3 talks, which is like a conversation, a longer one, each followed by a number of questions. You must choose the best answer to each question for the 4 choices in your textbook. Okay, the general strategies that you must remember here in the TOEFL part is number one is be familiar with the direction. So yes, so once you listen, usually there's what does the woman mean, what does the man mean, yeah. So basically in the short conversation, the most important thing that you really have to focus on is the last dialogue or the last person who is talking, yeah, in the short conversation. That is mostly your answer. Okay, jadi kalau untuk percakapan atau untuk listening TOEFL yang short conversation, yang conversationnya pendek, itu biasanya kunci jawabannya itu terletak pada orang terakhir. Jadi orang yang mengucapkan kalimat terakhir. Nah, the dialogue, the last dialogue, atau dialog yang terakhir. Be familiar with the direction. The direction on every TOEFL test are the same, so it is not necessary to listen carefully to them each time. You should be completely familiar with the direction before the day of the test. Number 2, listen carefully to the conversation and talks. You should concentrate fully on what the speakers are saying in the recording program, because you will hear it one time only. And number 3, know where the easier and more difficult questions are generally found. Within each part of the listening comprehension section, the question generally progress from easy to difficult. That's true. Ya, jadi biasanya kalau di listening itu dari gampang dulu ya, short conversation, and then gradually menjadi susah atau more complex atau more longer conversation, ya. And then number 4, never leave any answer blank on your answer sheet. Even if you are unsure of the correct response, you should answer each question. There is no penalty for guessing. Ya, jadi kalau di TOEFL nanti, ya, kalau teman-teman nanti mendapatkan tes TOEFL untuk masuk ke kantor atau apa, don't leave your answer sheet blank. Ya, jangan ada pertanyaan yang kosong. Walaupun kita nggak tahu jawabannya, tetap aja kita isi, oke? Nggak, sekarang ini nggak ada penalty. And then use any remaining time to look ahead at the answer to the question that follows. When you finish with one question, you may have time to look ahead at the answers to the next question. Ya, jadi kalau kita skip ya, dan mungkin masih ada waktu untuk kita melihat kembali, ya, kita bisa melakukan itu. Okay, here, listening part A question. Ya. For each of the 30 question in part A of the listening comprehension section is of the TOEFL test, you will hear a short conversation between two speakers followed by a question. After you listen the conversation and the question, you must choose the best answer to the question from your textbook. Okay, usually here are the example. On the recording you will hear, I've always wanted to visit Hawaii with you. Why not next month? And then the narrator will say, what does the woman mean? Here, mostly this is the answer to your question. What does the woman mean? In your textbook, you will read, next month isn't a good time for the trip. She doesn't want to go to Hawaii. She just suggested taking a trip next month. She's curious about why he doesn't want to go. Okay, we look at one by one for the answer. Let's pick the D part. Okay, she's curious about why he doesn't want to go. Do you think the man doesn't want to go to Hawaii? Look at this. It says, I've always wanted. Ya, I've always. Kata always ini adalah positif. Ya. Kalau ada kata positif, maka di sini ada bilang he doesn't. Doesn't ini negatif. Jadi automatically ini udah salah, ya. Because this is negative and this is always, it means positive. Okay, so not D. What about A? Next month isn't a good time for the trip. Okay, apakah ada bilang okay, we find next month. Yes, ada kata next month. Apakah ini isn't a good time for the trip? Coba kita lihat. The man always wanted to visit. Always wanted to visit with you. So, and then there's no such thing as is it a good time or it's not a good time. It doesn't mention that. Jadi this context ini tidak related, tidak ada hubungannya sama sekali. So A is no. And then B, she doesn't want to go to Hawaii. Apakah ada perasaan seperti itu? The man says, I've always wanted to visit Hawaii with you. So this show compassion atau mengindikasikan bahwa dia pengen pergi banget sama si wanitanya ini. And then of course number B is also doesn't related to the conversation. Yang B ini tidak ada hubungannya lagi dengan conversation, ya. And then C, I think C is the most closest one, ya. C ini paling dekat. She suggested. Nah, why not next month? Ini adalah suggestion, adalah saran. She suggested adalah saran. Nah, ini juga ini kalimat saran ini. Why not next month? Taking the trip next month. Ada kata next month. Oh, berarti ini yang paling dekat. Karena ini adalah kalimat ini adalah suggestion. Karena di sini juga ada suggest. So mostly or probably C is the best answer. So answer C is the best answer to the question. Why not next month? It's a suggestion that they take a trip next month. Okay, and a strategy for the listening part A question. As you listen to each short conversation, focus on the second line of the conversation. Yes, that's what I told you. Yeah? The second line is always the answer in short conversation. Okay, just short conversation, not the long. Yeah, sometimes long. The answer will be like in the middle where they try to forget it. Mereka akan memberikan penjelasan yang panjang supaya kita tuh kehilangan apa sih yang dimaksud, ya. Kadang yang dimaksud tuh di tengah-tengah. Itu yang long conversation. Okay, and then to answer the question in generally found in the second line. Number 2, Keep in mind that the correct answer is probably the restatement of the keyword or idea in the second line of the conversation. Think of possible restatement. Restatement ya, jadi kalimat yang diulang atau statement yang diulang. Apa yang diulang di sini? Next month, the trip next month. Why not next month? The trip next month. Yeah, and then she suggested. And then number 3, keep in mind that certain structure and expression are tested regularly in listening part A. Okay, and then part A is easily there. Hold on. Okay, try to open the Google Meet. But it won't open here. Okay, next one. Keep in mind that certain structure and expression are tested regularly in listening part A. Listen to this structure and expression. Structure, we have passive, negative, wishes, and condition. These are the grammar part. Jadi dalam listening itu selalu ada berkaitan dengan passive voice, negative voice, wishes, wishes sentence, and condition sentence. As if, as if or unless, itu adalah conditional sentence. Functional expression, for example, like agreement, persamaan atau setuju, persetujuan. Uncertainty, tidak kepastian. Suggestion, yang tadi ada suggestion. And surprise,